All right, hello. I'm revisiting a problem that we covered a few days ago. It might have been a week ago. I'm going to put a link to that video in the description because I didn't really want to go through and work this one out 100% again because we've already been through this. But my main goal here is to try to dispel some deep-rooted myths. Unfortunately, when I see this problem online and a lot of other problems online, there's a lot of mythology out there. A lot of people confidently incorrect and who really do not understand the order of operations. So I just want to cover this a little bit here. We did cover this one in the previous video. We know that multiplication has precedence over addition. The order of operations tells us that. It's parentheses, exponents, step three, multiplication and division, left to right, and then finally addition and subtraction. We don't have parentheses, we don't have exponents, we do have multiplication. 40 times 0 is 0. 40 plus 0 plus 1 equals 41. The only correct answer is 41. Now again, like I think I might have mentioned it in the video, I don't recall, but you can watch that one again. But a lot of people will answer 1 because they're solving left to right, ignoring the order of operations. Other people are getting 81, and so on. But one of the things I just wanted to cover was when this problem appeared online in a Facebook forum, Facebook thread, we had this really interesting response. Now, I understand if you don't understand the order of operations, I get it. You know, a lot of people have been out of school for a while. This is basically about fifth grade or so elementary school math. A lot of people have been out of school a few decades. Maybe you balance your checkbook. Maybe you're used to adding and subtracting numbers and you don't often mix addition and multiplication. I get it. You know, that's fine. I get it. But if you don't understand it and you've forgotten the order of operations, I've linked that previous video that goes into more detail. But what I really want to focus on is some of this mythology out there. When this appeared online, we had Tim who said there are three valid mathematics schools of thought. Now, right away, that this first sentence really really was ridiculous. But he said there's three valid schools of thought. We're going to go through it. Okay, I'm going to go through it and I'm going to break it down. Because depending on which you apply, the answer can be, I think he meant can be 80. I'm surprised he didn't say 81 because there are people who think it's 81, but he says 80, 41, or 1. And then here's his reasoning. He says additions and subtractions first. All right, he says 40 plus 40 is 80. Oh man, this is really kind of hurts my head. 40 plus 40 is 80. And then he says 0 plus 1 equals 1. Man, I'm like sorry to tell you guys, but 40 plus 40 times 0 plus 1 equals. So he's trying to say that you would add these two and get 80, completely ignore the fact that there's multiplication here. 40 times 0, you cannot ignore that. I mean, even this is like, that just makes zero sense. That is not a valid school of thought, Tim. I'm sorry to tell you. That is not a valid school of thought. Uh, Now, I have seen people who actually believe that 0 times 40 is 0, but for some reason 40 times 0 is 40. Now, I have seen people do this, and this is wrong, but they'll take 40 plus 40 times 0 plus 1, and apologize for the way I'm writing. Now, see, people do this, and they'll go, oh, look, that's 80. 80 times 0. Oh, that's 80 because, ooh, wow, I'm really bad here. They'll say, oh, look, that's 80 because 0 times 80 is 0. But when it's the other way around, oops, there we go. When it's the other way around, it's 80 times 0. They actually believe it's 80. Um, Multiplication is commutative. 2 times 5 is what, folks? 2 times 5, and apologize again, this is hard to write with a mouse, by the way. 2 times 5 is 10. 5 times 2 is 10. Do that with a whole bunch of different numbers. Try 3 times 4. What does that equal? 12. What's 4 times 3? 12. Commutative. It does not matter the order that you multiply numbers together, you get the same answer. That's true when you're dealing with 0 as well. 80 times 0 is not 80, it is 0. 0 times 80 is also 0. So this is not a school of thought. This is just not good at all. Okay, so no, not a school of thought. Now this next one. All right, I don't know what he's doing here either. It's not 0 times 1 is 0. It is 40 times 0. 40 times 0 is what is 0. You do the multiplication and division first. And then we're going to get to his next post after this because I tried to explain this to him. 40 times 0 is 0. 40 plus 0 plus 1 is 41. Yay, this is correct. That is right. That is the order of operations. Order of operations. But then he does this, and I'm going to have to put this in quotes because he's calling this the calculator entry sequence. And we're going to deal with that one. I've got other videos out there trying to explain calculators because a lot of people get confused. But he claims that there's a calculator sequence. 40 plus 40 is 80. 80 times 0 is 0 plus 1 equals 1. Yeah, no. And I'm going to explain that, okay? Because I'm going to work it out on a scientific calculator and show you that there is something called expression mode and something called immediate execution mode. I have a whole video dealing in that, but I tried to explain all that to him, and then he said, "No, you obviously did not read my entire post. Instead, you have got your limited math skills." Okay, limited. All right, I'm really kind of hurt so far. That really hurts, Tim. Limited math skills fixated on what is actually the least currently accepted method. Well, anybody who's had at least a fifth grade elementary school education has been taught the order of operations. Whether they remember it or not is one thing, and I get that. People out there have forgotten. And the reason I've got a lot of these videos out there is to try to jog people's memories because it's out there, folks. The textbooks are there. Every time in the past where the person originally posting the question has ultimately provided the answer, it has Ben, I think he meant Ben, the calculator sequence, he calls it. As proof, grab your cell phone and launch the simple calculator app and enter all the operands exactly as shown. Guess what? We're going to do that. First of all, I'm going to show you a video from the scientific mode calculator on a Windows 11 computer and how it differs from the standard mode calculator, and then I'm going to explain expression mode and immediate execution mode. But then, just to satisfy Tim here, I am going to pull out my Android phone and I'm going to solve this on my Android phone calculator, just as Tim suggests. And I'm going to show him that yes, the answer is 41. All right, let's try that. All right, I just changed my mind. I'm going to actually show the Android calculator first. We've got, and I've entered it in, 40 plus 40 times 0 plus 1. And the answer is 41 right here, 41. So I took Tim's advice and I did that. There's no such thing as a calculator sequence. Calculators work differently. You need to check your calculator and see if it works in immediate execution mode or does it work in expression mode. That's the first step. And now I'm going to show you the Windows calculator. All right, so I will at least cover the calculator part of this again. If you look at what he posted, he mentions the calculator sequence, and I put that in quotes because unfortunately, Tim does not understand that calculators work in expression mode or immediate execution mode. And with the scientific mode, this is a Windows 11 calculator we're looking at, and it's in scientific mode, which basically means this calculator will work in expression mode. 40 plus 40 times 0 plus 1 equals 41. You get the right answer. Now, immediate execution mode. A lot of very cheap dollar store calculators, a lot of any calculator that does not have an internal stack chain and can keep track of the order of operations. A lot of these work in what's called immediate execution mode. You need to understand how your calculator works before you trust it. Tim is incorrect thinking that there's only this generic calculator sequence. If I try to enter this problem, 40 plus 40, now watch what happens as soon as I hit the times button. It added 40 plus 40 because it's calculating each operation as it occurs. It's basically treating it as if it was 40 plus 40 equals, and then times 0. So if 80 times 0 is 0, and so it's basically hitting the equal sign after every operation. Now I said multiply by 0 and then add 1. Now take a look at this, okay? It says 0 plus 1. You get the answer of 1. What it's done is it's actually solved 40 plus 40 equals. Then you get a result of 80, and then it's taking 80 times 0 equals 80 times 0 equals 0, and then it's saying 0 plus 1 equals 1. That is what's called immediate execution mode. A lot of people do not understand this. All right, I am going to spend a little bit of time, though, trying to explain a little bit of the order of operations just to wrap it up for people who might or not remember. But this is an example. 6 minus 4 times 3 plus 2 times 3 equals what? Typically in North America, they use an acronym called PEMDAS. It hasn't been around as long as the order of operations. The order of operations in Western civilization goes back into the 16th century in a lot of the earliest books on algebra. You have parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division left to right, addition and subtraction. Now in the UK, you've got BODMAS, which is brackets, actually orders, not exponents. So that's actually, that should say orders. But orders, I actually like that term, orders, much better. Orders is kind of a more of a generic term, and it really represents anything that is repeated multiplication. So instead of just saying exponents, orders really covers, and so does PEMDAS. PEMDAS is just a memorization tool. But both of them, step 2, it could be anything that's repeated multiplication. Exponents, factorials, and square roots all would be in that step 2 category, just so you know. There's also BIDMAS and BEDMAS. There's GEMS. There's other acronyms. These are just memorization tools, but the basic order of operations remains the same. Now, in this example problem here, we don't have brackets, we don't have exponents, we don't have any of that, but we do have multiplication. So we would solve that first in this particular problem. It's easy enough, right? 4 times 3 is 12. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 12 is negative 6 plus 6 is going to give you 0. The correct answer to this problem is 0. Super simple. All right, kind of similar, but a lot of people will make mistakes on this one. They'll solve left to right and get 24, not correct. And again, here's a scientific calculator example of solving it. You get 0. Um, but back to what Tim was trying to talk about, something called a calculator sequence. Why do some calculators disagree? Well, a lot of basic calculators or older calculators do not strictly follow order of operations. And it's really because they're programmed for what's known as immediate execution mode. They might simply evaluate expressions from left to right, which can lead to incorrect results. And using this example problem, you can see what happens here. You get the wrong answer of 24. It's because it is ignoring the multiplication priority in PEMDAS. And it's not so much that it's ignoring it, it's just not programmed for it. It doesn't have the memory, it doesn't have the internal stack chain to handle it. Immediate execution mode, basically, it calculates each operation immediately. So Tim's very confused. He probably has a dollar store calculator that he's using. Who knows? He got it at the checkout at the grocery store, and it's a very cheap calculator. Basic four-function calculators like the ones you'll have in elementary school, not the scientific ones. They basically calculate each operation immediately as soon as you press an operator key. And I just basically showed that already on a Windows calculator. So what happens is it does each one of these individually when you enter it, and you get the wrong answer. But why is it a problem? Well, it's a problem because it ignores the proper order of operations. In expression mode, it waits for you to enter the entire expression, like 40 plus 40 times 0 plus 1 equals. It doesn't evaluate anything until you hit the equal sign, and then the expression mode calculator will look at the entire expression and go, okay, what's the highest priority? Oh, multiplication, 40 times 0. So 40 plus 0 plus 1 is 41. And in this example, it's the same thing. It finds the multiplication, does it first, then does your addition, and would get 0 for the 6 minus 4 times 3 plus 2 times 3. It just has to. So the problem is, and I don't think Tim understands this, is that to get the correct answer on an immediate execution mode calculator, you need to manually guide that calculator by using intermediate steps and following PEMDAS or BODMAS, whatever you refer to as the order of operations, which the order of operations is one thing, but there's different acronyms. I don't care if you use PEMDAS or BODMAS or whatever. But in this example, like in this example here, you see that they're doing the multiplication first. 6 minus 4 times 3 plus 2 times 3, you would need to enter 4 times 3 and get 12, then do 2 times 3 and get 6, and then you substitute the values back, and then you take 6 minus 12 plus 6. And then step 3, you work that through and you get 0. Now, for our problem, if you've got a calculator that works in immediate execution mode, this is what you would want to do first. You would take 40, oh boy, 40 times 0. I cannot, my mouse pad is not working very well here, so I apologize. But 40 times 0 would be the first thing you would do, and you get 0. All right, 40 times 0. And then on your calculator, you would take 40 plus 0 plus 1 equals and get 41. So you have to guide it. You cannot take an immediate execution mode calculator and enter 40 plus 40 times 0 plus 1 and then hit the equal sign and expect to get the correct answer. All right? You can't do that. So if you're unsure, so how do you know what type of calculator you got? Well, very simple. Here's a way that you can check. Here's a pro tip for you guys, okay? Here's a pro tip for you. If you're unsure about your calculator's mode, test it with this expression, 2 plus 3 times 4. If you get 20, it's working in immediate execution mode and giving you the wrong answer. If you get 14, it's in expression mode and giving you the correct answer. Why? Because you have to do the multiplication first. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 plus 12 is 14. You do not take 2 plus 3 and get 5 and then multiply 5 times 4. Now, an immediate execution mode calculator will do that. It'll give you the wrong answer, but it has to do with the way you're entering the information. Okay, it's been kind of a little bit of a long ramble, but I'm trying to dispel so much of this mythology out there, and unfortunately, people are reinforcing it because they don't understand how calculators work. So hopefully this has cleared things up for you. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.